You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to discuss the San Francisco 49ers. We're going to preview their season, and they open up against the Cowboys. This is a team I think they're going to beat. You know, they have their share of issues, okay? First of all, they're in a very tough Western division. No team in that division is a cakewalk. You know, the Rams have gotten better. I think the Rams have a chance to make the playoffs. Arizona is always a thorn in any team's side, and their defense is really good. Then you got Seattle, the defending Super Bowl champions. So their division is brutal in and of itself. But this is still a very, very good team. But they do have some question marks. Aldon Smith is out for a long time. I mean, this is one of their premier defensive linemen. And, you know, that's definitely going to be an issue. That's going to be an issue. You know, Frank Gore he's getting up there. You know, Frank Gore is 31 years old. And that doesn't sound old, you know, that's 31 years old, like a baseball player, that's in their prime. In football, a 31-year-old running back is like on the twilight of his career. And there's those exceptions out there. I mean, Willis McGahee is a prime example of a running back who's been very durable and very serviceable throughout his career, despite injuries and despite his age. But it's not always like that. So Frank Gore I would keep an eye on, especially if you're a fantasy player, because, you know, you could start to see a slight decline with him. And don't be surprised if they start swinging more of a dual set running back, like swapping him out a lot more. I don't think he's going to get as many carries as he used to in the past. You know, so, I mean, the 49ers, if nothing else, they're going to at least split with Seattle. You know, they're going to lose in Seattle and they'll win at San Francisco. You know, looking at their schedule here, I mean, you know, like I said, this is really the key for them, is who they're playing up against. And honestly, I mean, their schedule is not horrible. I mean, they got Denver week 7. That's going to be a toughie. They're at Denver. Any division game for them is going to be tough. Any division game that, you know, so at St. Louis, at Arizona, at Seattle, those are going to be tough games regardless, and games that they can lose. They're home for Chicago, which I think they should win. Philadelphia will be an interesting match, but they're home for that game as well, and they're home for Kansas City. So looking at their schedule, you know, they open up against Dallas. I think they're going to win that game despite the fact that they're on the road. Then they have Chicago. Then they're at Arizona. Then they're home for Philadelphia, Kansas City. Then they're at St. Louis and at Denver. That's going into their week 8 bye. Any game on the road in their division is going to be a tough game. And it's going to be a game that they can lose. Do I expect them to lose all of them? No, not at all. At Denver is going to be rough. That's going to be a rough match for them. So that will be interesting to see that game. Kansas City is a much better team, obviously, but I think they can take them. But after the bye, they're home for St. Louis. Then they're at New Orleans. They're at New York. I think they'll beat the Giants. I hate to say, but I think they will. Then they're home for Washington, Seattle. They're at Oakland, which they're going to win. Then they're at Seattle. Then they're home the last 2 games for San Diego and Arizona. So not the most difficult schedule in the NFL, but they have those division games are tough, and they have a couple of tough road games like going to Denver. So, but overall, I still think this is a playoff team. I still think Colin Kapernick is very talented. In fact, I expect him to have a better year than last year. Last year, I mean, he threw 21 touchdowns, was over 3,000 yards passing, but he kind of picked it up towards the end. In the beginning of the season, he was not playing well. So I expect to see Colin Kaepernick kind of have a consistent year from beginning to end, and I think his play will carry the team to the playoffs. I think how he leads them and how he performs throughout the year will determine where this team's going to go, because you're only going to go as far as your quarterback plays. And if he plays good football, mistake-free football from the beginning of the season to the end, then I think you have a typical 49 year where they win, you know, I don't want to say 14, 13 games, not in that division. I'm talking more like, you know, 10, 11 wins and a playoff berth and fighting for the division title. But this is still a very sound team. This is still a team that has that foundation that got them to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and a very good defense. Even without Aldon Smith, it's a very good defense. But Aldon Smith puts good pressure on the quarterback. You need that in this league. This is a passing league. Even mediocre quarterbacks, if you give them time to throw the ball, will pick you apart. So, but let's see what happens. It should be a lot of fun. So I will be obviously running through all of these games for the year with San Francisco, Detroit, Miami, and New York. And it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting to see where these teams are. I'll do one more football video before Sunday or sometime early Sunday, talking about where I think who I think is going to go to the Super Bowl and what the playoff picture is going to look like. That should be a lot of fun. And then that's it. And then we start the season and it's football, baby. So excited. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page.